It was in the amazing care of Keystone that I actually was granted a great beginning in recovery.
It's the best thing that ever happened to me. They gave me the tools that I could live without using some kind of a chemical to be okay with life.
With the help that Keystone has given me, I can look at any day and think that I have an opportunity to make the quality of somebody else's life better.
When you come into Keystone, and I hear it all the time, it's something different. There's something very spiritual. I remember when I came in, and I had the most loving nurse, and I really thought when I was going to come into treatment that I was going to be looked down upon, like shame on you. And that way, I mean, people come into treatment, they don't know what to expect. They're scared. A change takes place. I mean, there's spiritual experiences that take place here all the time. The thinking starts to change. It's just, I can't explain it.
A lot of treatment centers can treat the physical aspects of alcoholism, chemical dependency, gambling addiction. But what's really, what they sometimes miss is a spiritual connection. I think that's one of the things that Keystone has got a long tradition with and is very proud of, is our looking at the spiritual part of this disease, a part that's hard to define. Spirituality, as we define it at Keystone, would be a threefold relationship: self to self, self to others, self to God as we understood Him. And so we spent quite a bit of time working on those three relationships. Our treatment philosophy, I could give you in 3 words: encourage, educate, and support. If it doesn't work, do it again. Encourage, educate, and support. We don't confront people that want to be told what to do, so we don't do it. The biggest predictor of a positive patient outcome would be therapeutic alliance. I think we're very good at that. Service is a big thing, so we want people to know that we will meet their needs for the patient. We'll also meet the needs for the referral source. So we have open dialogue and communication with the referral source to let them know what's going on, and when the patient comes back, that he'll know how to take care of the patient when the patient gets back to them.
We are like a family, and the interaction, I think if you look at the employees here, they have been here for a while, so it's the teamwork that you get here as well as the program, I think, is pretty unusual. We are here 24 hours a day, and we take admissions 24 hours a day, as well as referral sources calling. Their questions are going to get answered at any time those arise. We don't work the 8 to 5, and that's not when your questions are going to come up or when you want a family member in treatment. So we do take them at any time. Typically, we can get a person into treatment within a week. We strive on getting them in a lot quicker than that same day, if possible, because we feel that urgency as well as the referral source and the family members to try and get them in as quickly as we can.
Keystone is a subacute medically monitored facility, which means we have 24-hour RN coverage, PhD and MD on staff. One of our main aspects is detoxing, safely detoxing our patients. Not only is alcohol and substance withdrawal very uncomfortable, it is also life-threatening. And so we need to make sure that we safely medicate the patient so that they can get through the detox with minimal discomfort.
They gave me the tools. They let me keep my dignity. In fact, they might have even given me some dignity down there. They weren't judgmental. They didn't slap me around for all the bad things I've done, and I've done a lot of bad things in my using. Ultimately, it's still your choice, but you're given these tools. And if you use these tools appropriately and consistently, you don't ever have to look back. It's still your choice. But Keystone's there to give you anything and everything you need to make good choices again.
I had been, in many ways, asleep or dead to what I was supposed to be, and that's what drugs and alcohol had done. They had taken away everything. It was just rejuvenating to be at a place where I was safe, where I was able to begin healing. I got to say that Keystone is a true provider miracles. And so I encourage anybody who has questions to give them a chance.
Keystone is so respectful and so loving of people who have addictions that in and of itself will lead the addict or the alcoholic to throw up a red flag and say, what do they want? You know? And the only thing they want is they want you to sober up and improve your life and save your life. Because if you keep going with the drinking and the use of drugs, you're not going to make it.
There's a number of things that I think are very key and unique about the Keystone program. Probably the first thing is we're not ashamed to focus on spirituality and what part that plays in making change happen in the lives of those kids. Kids naturally have lots of spiritual questions, although they may not be identified as spiritual, but they're questions about identity, about how do I fit in the world in relationship to my family, in relationship to my community, and so on. So we're not afraid to go there and deal with that issue. We really strive, especially in that first couple of days of treatment, that the new patient has a lot of contact with the staff, and so it helps to build a bond, a bridge between the staff and that new adolescent patient, so they can feel like we're not necessarily a them, that we're not against them, but that we really are here to help them.
Keystone is one of the only treatment centers that is geared towards Native American, a diverse program. With many of our culture therapists and we are trying to set an overall holistic program for the Native American. I believe my whole objective here is that one day that our children or our children's children, that there would be no need for them to come to a place like Keystone, that they can really have a fulfilling life without addiction, without problems with any sort of with addiction, and that they can really be able to engage in their culture and all the value system that's in place in different cultures, different nations, to really be able to go back home or have a real wonderful life at their land.
You know, balance. What is balance? You know, a lot of times by the time people get here, they don't know what balance is. So, you know, I talk about, you know, the emotional and the mental and the physical and spiritual. Where's your balance? You know, and emotionally, if you're out of balance, Keystone is giving you the tools mentally, and you can physically work on yourself in a good way, finding your spirituality. The tools of that Keystone offers is the steps, beginning the step work, the 12-step program. And now with a lot of Native people, we combine that into with our own spirituality, and you have to find that yourself. And Keystone gives you the tools. It's up to you to do it.
You are so safe here. What an opportunity for the first time in your life. You get to feel your feelings and you get to talk about them without judgment. And the whole world just got quiet for you. So use this. When the defenses relax and the fear dissipates, and the heart's just open, it is an amazing thing to watch. It's an amazing thing to behold. patients walk into this circle that we do that is so loving, and they're scared, they're terrified. And when they come out, the transformation on their face is almost palpable. It's incredible.
Keystone, the beginning of freedom.